A blessed day to you all my viewers and subscribers. Welcome back to another one. Yes, man. And in this one, we are here to talk about that first T20 between West Indies and South Africa. Yeah, man, West Indies, they were able to secure victory by 28 runs. Now, there are quite a few things that happened in that game that I would like for us to take a look on, right? The good thing is I got an opportunity to see the game in its entirety. So I am not only going to be giving you the scorecard, I can give you my opinion or my opinions on certain things that happened throughout the game. Give a listening ear. If you have not yet subscribed, please remember to subscribe to the channel. All right, so let me just go through the scorecard real quick. Now, West Indies, we won the game by 28 runs. We saw Brandon King captaining the team for the first time, you know, and it was in front of his home crowd. And I tell you, he absorbed all of that and he led pretty well. You know, he batted well at the top. He also rotated his bowlers well. You know, switched up things when it was necessary. And, you know, he marshaled the troops well. And we were able to secure victory. One thing I will say is that after the start that we got, I was thinking we were going to score 215 runs easily. But, you know, the middle to the back end was a bit problematic. You know, we weren't able to cope too well with the South Africans taking pace off the ball and using the pitch. But in the grand scheme of things, I am not overly worried about the back end finishing. You understand? Obviously, I would have liked to, you know, for them to finish well and score over 200. That didn't happen, but I'm not too overly worried about that part. You know, looking at the guys that we have going into the World Cup, that will quote unquote be power hitters for us, right? One thing I must say, I appreciate the bowlers. Going in, I said that, you know, I would have played I would have played probably a batter short just to look at the bowlers. You know, I wanted to see how the bowlers would perform. And, you know, I am happy. You know, I am happy for how Goody Kishmoti changed the game. At one point in the chase, South Africa were looking comfortable. They were doing well until Moti came. He picked up 2 wickets for 2 runs in that little period there. Fabian Allen chipped in, Obed, all the bowlers. You understand? I was just a bit worried that Hussein didn't get an opportunity to bowl a couple more. Having said that, it's a team sport. You want the team to win, you know. But Hussein being somebody that I expect to do a lot of work for us in the World Cup or at the World Cup, you know, would be nice. It would have been nice to see him doing so, bowling some more. But as a captain, you might go in with a particular plan, and if it's not working, you have to change it up and stick to the bowlers that are actually, you know, doing it on the day. That is just how the game goes. So 175 for 8 is what we ended up getting off our 20 overs. Well, in case you didn't watch the game, let me give you the playing 11 quick. So it was Brandon King, Johnson Charles, Kyle Mears, Raston Chase, Andre Fletcher, Fabian Allen, Akil Hussein, Matthew Ford, Moti, Shamar Joseph. Yeah, man, I think I covered all of them there. Yeah, so yeah, Obed McCoy didn't bat. So that was basically it. Now, in terms of leading the way, it was Captain Brandon King. He was magnificent, my viewers and subscribers. Played some very good shots. I will go through the scorecard real quick, and then I'll take a look at certain little key details. So Brandon King, he scored 79 of 45 deliveries. 79 of 45 deliveries. He had 6 fours and 6 sixes to his name. Brandon King, he looked good. You understand? Initially, he got a couple balls that to the inside edge almost went onto his stump. They are, you know, they say fortune favor the brave. You know, he battled throughout that and was able to play some glorious shots. You understand? We saw one where he basically advanced on the wicket a little bit and, you know, basically slapped the ball back over the bowler's head. That was pretty good. So he got 79 for 45, 175 strike rate, 175.56. Johnson Charles, he wasn't able to score today. Well, he scored. He got one. He was set up beautifully. You know, them bowling the ball on the leg side there. Him, you know, just checking it and getting out caught. Kyle Mayers, you could see that Kyle Mayers hasn't played competitively in a little while, you know, for a little while. He was out there. You could see him mustering. You could see him fighting, but he just wasn't timing the ball. He wasn't giving it up. He wasn't giving the wicket away. You know, you could see him fighting, but he was just unable to get the ball away, my viewers and subscribers. The timing just wasn't there until, you know, he was able to get a couple of them off. He ended up getting 34 off 25, 3 sixes and 1 4, 136 strike rate. Ruston Chase, he played a pivotal role in the middle there. You know, when the ball started to move around, when the bowlers were taking pace off, you know, he was the one that, you know, he stayed there. He was hustling and trying to play some shots. You understand? A lot of the shots weren't connecting as we wanted. But the good thing was, you know, he wasn't just trying to hit the ball hard. He was playing those shots in gaps. So, you know, he was able to rotate the strike. He got 32 off 30 with 2 4s and a 6. Strike rate of 106.67. Obviously, in a World Cup game or you know, even in these games being played at Sabina Park, you want a man batting at 4, you know, to be scoring a little bit faster than that. But as I said, at the time, you know, wickets were tumbling and it was getting difficult to bat. You understand? It's not like it was still easy. It was getting difficult. You know, the ball was getting softer. They were moving it around and taking pace off. Andre Fletcher, he batted at 5, 1 off 2 deliveries. I said it this morning. Andre Fletcher batting anywhere lower than 3 in a T20 team is a waste of time. I want him to prove me wrong. You know, if he gets in and plays there, obviously I want him to score. But I can't buy into Andre Fletcher playing a T20 game and batting lower than number 3. 5, I can't see that. I understand them wanting to play Kyle Mayers and him at the same time, so probably that's why they did it. I said it this morning in the playing 11 that I selected. I had both men playing, but the difference is that I had Fletcher batting at 3 and Kyle Mayers batting at 5. I don't like that idea. Fabian Allen, he got an opportunity. He made 1 off 2. Wasn't able to click at all, my viewers and subscribers. Akil Hussein 2 off 3. Matthew Ford 5 from 7. Moti 1. He got run out. Shamar Joseph was left not out without facing a delivery. Without facing a ball. So that is how we got that 175 for 8. Now bowling for South Africa, couple of guys changed things for them. Bartman 3 for 26. He was pretty good. You know, he turned things around for them. You know, I tell you, my viewers and subscribers, at one point it didn't seem as if they had any answer, but he was able to get those wicket and Andely, you know, he picked up 3 for 26 also. Well, 3 for 28 to basically peg us back. So that is basically how it went. We were 36 for 1, then 115 for 2, 134 for 3, 135 for 4, then 137 for 5, 165 for 7, well, 151 for 6, 165 for 7, 174 for 8, and we finished off at that 175, which we spoke about. Now, when it was time for South Africa to bat, they lost wickets at regular interval. Hendricks was the problem man. You know, he ended up getting 87 or 51. But prior to him dominating, we saw Matthew Ford getting the early breakthrough. He was thumped for a 4 by the cock. And then, you know, he got him nicking and was caught by the wicketkeeper, Andre Fletcher. So Matthew Ford started things off for us. Then, you know, Rickleton was removed for 6 by Ruston Chase. Shamar Joseph also picked up a wicket. You know, the bowlers did well. They bowled well they bowled in pairs. You understand, and things went well for us. You know, apart from Hendricks, doing business there and getting that 87. we did pretty well. This is how the wickets went. 4 for 1, 11 for 2, 35 for 3, 77 for 4, 78 for 5, 96 for 6, 107 for 7, 108 for 8. And from there, they got 147 for 9 and 147 all out. You know, so some good bowling, my people. As I said, when they started to really motor along, that's when Obed McCoy and, you know, Goody Kishmoti came and they basically put a stop on things. You know, I must say, shout out to Raston Chase also, you know, picking up a wicket, and he bowled pretty well, 2 overs for 12 runs. So let's go through. Matthew Ford, he was trusted by Captain Brandon King to bowl the final over. Didn't start off too well at all. Started off with a full toss, then another one that wasn't too well, and then, you know, he ended up with ended up taking 2 wickets to finish off. So Matthew Ford, 2.5 overs, 27 runs, 3 wickets, economy of 9.53. Raston Chase, 2 overs, 12 runs, 1 wicket, economy of 6. Shamar Joseph, 3 overs, 20 runs, 1 wicket, 6.67 economy. Akil Hussain, he bowled the solitary over, 1 over there for 14 runs. As I said, I'm not sure what happened. You know, things probably, well, now I said probably, based on how I saw it going, you know, it was working. They had, what, 7 or so bowlers, you know, so Fabian Allen, who was another left arm spinner, he came in and, you know, he was doing well. His final over, he gave away a couple of, you know, bowled a couple of bad deliveries. So, you know, I can see with that. Shamar Joseph, 3 overs, 20 runs, 1 wicket. Very good. They got a couple of 4s off him. And I don't know if I was the only one realizing those couple of 4s that they got. Well, I can remember for 2 of them. You understand? They were good test match delivery, you know. Good test match delivery. Right outside the half stump. Probably about 3 or 4 inches outside the half stump. But in T20 cricket, you have to be careful. You know, if you're not going slow delivery, slow ball out there, outside the half stump, Yorker, you understand? People not going shoulder arm and thing like that, you know. But he was very good. I am happy to see him bowling there. Fabian Allen, he had his full quota, 4 overs, 32 runs. Didn't pick up any wickets, you know. Was good in the field though. Obed McCoy, 3 overs, 15 runs, 2 wickets. Shout out to Obed McCoy. You know, we are always happy when we see our left arm seamer coming in and bowling well. Goody Kishmoti, who was very, very instrumental in this defense, you know. 4 overs, 25 runs, 3 wickets. He varied his pace. He bowled well, got the ball to turn, bamboozled the batsmen, if you will, and, you know, things worked out well. We slipped up a little bit in the field, gave out, I think, about 2 or 3, you know, ball we made fumble. Matthew Ford was pretty good, very good in the field. He you know, took a catch in the latter stages there. There were 2 that I can recall where, you know, instead of hanging back and worried and being worried about saving the boundary, he actually went and, you know, tried, he dove, you know, to see if he could take the catch, you know, pick up a couple of catches. They fell short, but I just saw the thing set. He was brilliant out there. Fabian Allen, as usual, you know, good. Raston Chase was good out there. It was all right, you know. Being the first game, I saw what I wanted. It might sound weird that I am not overly knocking them for not getting that 200 after the start, but I saw what I wanted to see with the bowling. No, what I want is to see these same set of guys, or probably if they rotate it a little bit, these same set of bowlers doing it in the second game and the third game. You understand? I am really watching out for the bowlers. That is really what I am doing in this one. So yeah, that is basically how I saw it. While I was watching the game, my viewers and subscribers, I was writing down a couple of things. You understand that I realized. As I said, Kyle Mears, he was finding it rough, But I appreciate the fact that, you know, he hasn't been playing, so he had some issues timing the ball. You understand? He had a classic shot though that you know, that was pretty good. So touchy start, but he ended up coming well. You understand? Brandon King brought up his 50 off 26 deliveries. You know, that beautiful shot of Ngidi, I think it was, to get the 50. We lost the first wicket at what? 64 for 64? Well, 64 for 1. Not the first wicket, but 64 for 1 at the end of the power play. Not bad at all. So while I was watching, I was jotting down these. So 64 for 1 at the end of the power play, not too bad. You understand? Couple of talking points. You know, Brandon King, that 16 over number 7. You probably need to go and find it and look back at it. That was very good. Yeah, yeah, those are some of the things that I wanted to point out. While you know, that I had written down while watching the game. But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comment section, my people. As I said, I know you guys are going to be worried and saying that we should have scored about 200. You know, I saw what I wanted to see. You know, it sounds strange, but you know, I saw what I wanted to see. Now I want to see that same thing in the other 2 games. You understand? Obviously, I want the batsmen to continue, but what I saw with the bowling, I want to see that again in the next 2 games. Yeah, pretty much it. I'll be in the comment section to hear what you all have to say. Big up. Oh, sorry for all the noise in the background for this one, my people. The little soldier is on the ground making a bag of noise. Usually, we like to compile things and put it out without a lot of distraction in the background. But you know it, go my peeps. Big up.